I miss Avengers Endgame so much. I miss Avengers Endgame because that was the last time that Marvel really felt like it meant something. That was the last time that Marvel was really beloved by the fans. That was the last time that Marvel really felt that they had a stronghold on media. And that was the last time that Marvel felt like a cohesive universe that actually respected the characters, despite some variations of characters not really being good, such as Ultron and a couple of other characters. Pre-Avengers Endgame and the peak era of the MCU actually had a lot of butchered characters and a lot of butchered stories, but we easily forgave the MCU for that because that was quickly and easily overshadowed by how great the MCU was, by the quality of the MCU being so high at the time. And even the way that they handled the Hulk in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame kind of pissed me off. But overall, that timeline of the MCU, that stretch of period of just bangers after bangers after bangers, the MCU felt that they were untouchable. You could actually feel that the MCU could do no wrong. You could feel and trust in the MCU in actually adapting your favorite stories to the movies, to the big screens, and actually respecting the source material. But it seems that after Avengers Endgame, I think the ship has fell off. I think the MCU has fell off. I think that the MCU is not that good. And yes, despite the MCU not really being too accurate with the source material pre-Avengers Endgame, you can still trust that the MCU will not disrespect the characters in a way that'll completely make you turn off the TV. But man, ever since Avengers Endgame,
I'm here to double down. That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
The MCU has become shameless. They have become so unorganized. They do not know what they are trying to be. And one of the main reasons that the MCU is failing so far right now are the constant Disney Plus shows. I'm talking about The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm talking about Miss Marvel. I'm talking about Hawkeye, She-Hulk, Loki. Ironheart is about to come out. I'm talking about WandaVision that ended earlier. I'm talking about Secret Invasion that was so hot dookie, so hot trash. I'm talking about Echo being so deplorable and so boring in my honest opinion that I'm surprised that their season 2 is still up in the air. But there seems to be a pattern with these Disney Plus MCU shows, and that is most of them, their season 2 is either canceled or their season 2 is still up in the air. Case in point, like Miss Marvel, because we see that Miss Marvel still has not been canceled, but it has also not been renewed for a second season. Then we now look at Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier was pretty decent, but it wasn't really that peak that you have to rush to watch it. But we see that the Falcon and the Winter Soldier was canceled as well and only had one season. Then Secret Invasion, such a disgusting show, such a show that I think, in my honest opinion, watching your own poop in the toilet and flushing it down the toilet is way more entertaining than the entirety of Secret Invasion. And thank God that Secret Invasion is done for now, but unfortunately Secret Invasion is not canceled as of right now. But we are still seeing some conflicting reports of Secret Invasion still being in the air. But thank God that She-Hulk was canceled, because She-Hulk, in my honest opinion, disrespected the Hulk as a character. They made the Hulk into a bumbling idiot. They made the Hulk into a buffoon that was getting clapped left and right and center. They made the Hulk not be a ferocious badass that we see in the comics. They literally nerfed the Hulk into a comical loser. And especially what they did with my boy Scar, the Hulk's son. How the fuck is that Scar? They really destroyed the Hulk's entity and destroyed the Hulk's aura in She-Hulk. So thank God that was canceled. Then we see that Moon Knight, even though the season 2 has not been confirmed as of yet, it has also not been canceled either. Then we now keep on looking and we're noticing a pattern. We're noticing this pattern of MCU Disney Plus shows are just trash. They keep on either being canceled or their season 2 is up in the air. And what if even though, yes, What If has passed season 1, it has passed season 2, and it has reached to season 3 while not being canceled. Technically, What If was not continued because of how ass it was. Season 3 was complete garbage. It was just booty, in my honest opinion. A fart is more entertaining than that. Looking at the wall, just staring at the wall for 10 hours straight is more entertaining than What If season 3, especially with Captain Carter. And in my honest opinion, Captain Carter is the biggest industry plant we have seen in the last 5 years. And WandaVision, I really liked WandaVision. I thought that it was a good show, in my honest opinion, but WandaVision was actually canceled and is not going to get a season 2, which is unfortunate because WandaVision wasn't bad. It was a pretty good show, but we're seeing a pattern that the MCU has been going with these Disney Plus shows is because they're just trying to write a mediocre plot for one season. They're just only doing 8 episodes, 6 episodes, 7 episodes, sometimes 9 episodes, and you can't really tell a cohesive and a interesting plot in that short amount of time. And some of the run times are like 40 minutes. We're just seeing all of these patterns. And Loki, I thought Loki was a pretty good show, in my honest opinion. I thought that it wasn't bad. I thought that Loki was very entertaining. And we're seeing that Loki, thank God, has not been officially canceled, but we have still not really heard too much about a Loki season 3. And we're seeing that Hawkeye, there's no official confirmation that Hawkeye has been canceled, but we're also seeing that Hawkeye has not returned as well. You're noticing this pattern I'm trying to paint right now, and that is one of the main reasons why the MCU is failing is because of these Disney Plus shows. Nobody is really caring about these shows because of how the stories are being told in all of these shows. Most of these shows are hot garbage. Most of these shows are hot manure. Most of these shows, literally, you can completely not watch this show and nothing will change in your life. You can go years, decades, probably centuries. Even though we can't live to being 100 years old, you can reach that age and not watching these shows and your life will not be affected because of how forgettable these shows were. And now that we're seeing this pattern of season 2s really are being canceled and are left up in the air. This has affected the MCU's recent Disney Plus show, and that is Agatha All Along. And to be honest with you guys, I watched the first, second, and third episode of Agatha All Along. I thought the first episode was mid as fuck. I thought the second episode was pretty entertaining. I thought the third episode was pretty funny as well. But when I started to see the fourth and fifth, I actually checked out. I really did not finish this series because the story that was being told, in my honest opinion, was mid as fuck. And that is just my honest opinion. I know a lot of people liked Agatha All Along, but this is just me saying that I did not enjoy the story that was being told later on in the later episodes. And seeing that Agatha All Along is not only Marvel's second lowest watched MCU show on Disney Plus, we're now seeing that Agatha All Along season 2 is not gonna happen. They have canceled Agatha All Along season 2. They are not gonna continue the story, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, I am not surprised. I am not shocked. I am not sad because that show, in my honest opinion, was pretty soulless. Most of these MCU Disney Plus shows are pretty soulless, and I think they are really killing the MCU. And even though we are going to see Daredevil Born Again, and that's about to release in a couple weeks, I really hope that show is going to be a hit because the Daredevil 2016 show was so peak. In my honest opinion, that show was probably the best superhero TV show I have possibly seen, and the second best is The Penguin that got released in 2024, but hopefully Daredevil Born Again will be great. But man, Marvel needs to wake up, because they're still gonna be releasing some new shows like Ironheart, like Wonder Man. They're trying to still chug on the train of the Disney Plus train, and that train is so ass. They really need to stop releasing shows. In my honest opinion, I'll cancel everything and just keep Daredevil Born Again and just see how that happens, and try to actually respect the source material. Stop changing what really is Marvel, and stop trying to fit Marvel into whatever narrative the writers or the showrunners have for a particular show, because that is also hurting the MCU's perception. And I'm not even gonna get into the movie front of the MCU and how that's also killing the MCU as well, like Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Thor Love and Thunder, so many ass movies that MCU is just greenlighting. And man, Marvel really needs to pick up. Marvel really needs to step up. Marvel really needs to actually wake up and stop trying to destroy their fan base. Stop trying to destroy something that they built for such a long time. They can't let this crumble, because man, Marvel as of right now is booty cheeks. It's not good, man. That's the end of the video. I'm out. Peace.